Over the play, the high ground play, the high ground, take Willie by himself since the first moment of this game when Elevate went down. Players remaining and they just got the high ground, great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those wins.
Forwin now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny sprang from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to hype for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough. Zexro and Vinny.
PSA takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale and 7 eliminations. Look at that. Vinny's hyped and Zexro looks like
he was stunned.
Got his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point. But God, 2 NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what? Mongrel and Mitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfect.
Whoa, Jordan, it's back to me. Come on, Courage, he's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went running. You just see it. Also, big shout out to Nyx and PFZen. I actually chatted with Nyx very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nyx." And I'm thinking, this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him a bunch I loved him. Turns out he didn't understand anything. So I had to get a translator and tell him that I love him. But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games. We have more on deck. So I think for now, we're going to send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're going to get us into these games. So how's DJ Mike Brown? Play us in.
Shout out to DJ Mike Brown, spinning the ones and twos here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Mastiface, Boricua Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Daedra, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference and making it all the way to the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved is that standings page, top 10 international. You got the Japanese players popping off, the European players popping off. Everyone they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle.
احتمال قلب بيزوم
Wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here, I think, for the players as well. That moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. A scramble. So it could be potentially a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PFZen earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
And if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to literally qualify as hard as he can in the, for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. We constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo, so we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations, but he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him. And Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. But Nyx and PFZin, they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually hiding in the business right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like Dustin to win right here. As Nyx and PFZin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance, he's going to be out of there. But now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7FSK7. Got Spades and Crim now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crim's going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and trying to use that advantage for them to download a little bit of that right hand. For that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these. In their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land, and then going for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponent, really force them to and hopefully get those free shots and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. Jam side and 7SSK7. They're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jam side. He's looking for 7SSK7 around the corner. And that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades had so much to prove here because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. And now, hopping back with Viz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of elimination. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just picking up these players that have points of interest. And looks like Lucky Lens is theirs right now.
They'll have that, but see, isn't Daedra. They linger about it. Also, I love the fact that we work this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you can have that circle advantage right there. You don't got to worry too much. You can focus on looting. High ground from Mazo. Mid. Be careful. There's Daedra. He's going to be right next to him, trying to get these angles.
So they have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent? Catch a nice little low ground peek right here. Low ground is definitely underrated if you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot. You're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. You know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead
aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Savo's going to be putting shots down. We've seen this player forcing action build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining and just a hope and a prayer. But unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points. Smirky. Feels so good.
It's really good. It feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to game 1. They had a great game. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do.
Players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get like this grade, you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Game 1 and 2, we were at what, circle 5? Yeah, circle 5 I think we were sitting at 45, 46 players just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's feel it back. But Crew and Chapman's one of my picks to watch. Had sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, you know, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here. And Crew does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the 3 other players have to back away. Both players, well, respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out. Crew and KU-xGAMERx having to get out of there, and they're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nade to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah,
they need big performances. They have to push towards placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up. And when you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down your builds. It really isn't. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire. We'll see if he returns to it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale, along with 40R Storm. This is a weak 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it off. Maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene. Airlock and Nikov. They pro-am 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The fast track Airwalks and Nikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That's intense. They were struggling so close.
اتوی بۆ زانیم ئەتوی دەرم بۆ زانیم ئەتوی دەرم بۆ زانیم ئەتوی بەس بەوە بس بو فيديو الفيديو عند براكته ويورد كلا كان ديدا سنايبر كلا كان ديدا سنايبر كان نوسكو بيشوت أو حركة مخرب Most like it.
And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they got to start doing some things. And I think
yeah, and I mean, we were there. A lot there were not necessarily revealing strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Zip right there as Mitro sends one flying down the field right there.
That impacted. Hear me. All right, so back to the action at hand. We're going to have 36 duos. Notable names, obviously, Mega and Dubs. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage. A lot of people in the crowd popped for Benji Fishy when he walked out, as well as Mr. Savage. For good reason, this is a stupendous duo. The double side combination from Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might need one right there to line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in Game 1, man. Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Fwexy and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind him. Cooler organization. Benji Fishy's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now having to deal with a player that had engaged on him. Get built above. He just needs to wait this one out here, but Benji does get cleaned up. Yeah, that was going to be Fwexy.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He used his shadow bomb, pushed up. Notice Benji was kind of over-peeking, harassing players with that sniper. You cannot hold down scope right there. He ate a shotgun to the face, and that's why Benji goes down. And I love what Savage did here. He just went for high ground. He had to immediately get out of there and leave his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best mechanical players here today. What can he do by himself?
It's not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep-away game. Maybe he can pick off a player with that heavy sniper, get an elimination for himself. They only have 1 point right now, and they're nowhere near getting the placement points currently. He still wants to harass the players. Pressure on them. Now you see that happen, half out circle. Only 2 duos are going to be inside of there, so everyone's going to have to start to move over to that east side. It's going to be a struggle for so many players. They're starting to make the moves right now. They want to try and gatekeep, prevent these players from getting inside.
This is a team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are massive at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now, and there's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. With the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly gonna make that error in judgment. Thought getting warmed up. So much at stake here. There's a launch pad. It's gonna go out now. Need to be wary of him being in the sky. So many times you think that you're just gonna be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and that's it, you're done.
Countless number of times people tweet out, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Mitro nor Mongrel were shot splits on that rotation. It was massively done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully. Catches someone trying to just kind of rotate on by in the shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You were not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right? That patience with one another, the communication, you need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above. You shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around, already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now. I am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social media.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. Right now, there's no fun games to be had. This is Game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. It's time to put them for shut-up for a lot of these players.
Look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
Earlier on, in the elimination onto Mongrel and Mitro. There you have it. Out of the game once again. That duo European powerhouse gonna pay there to Doug and Mega.
So far, so good. Maxwell's again just holding this positioning right here. He doesn't get blocked out with his teammate accidentally, but it's all good. This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here. And thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. It doesn't matter. Zayt is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shots are flying. You can just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid-ground specifically.
And look who's still in this, Saf. They're going to be in first place. If they keep this going, another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by Wolfies. Wolfies having to defend himself. Zayt's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf. And Saf, he had to see his teammates, but his back's going to be to the Storm there. Now looking at Mega, he's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side of the screen, you can see it down low, that these players, they're going to try and force their way into his box, so he has to play defense. He has to disengage. And there's Saf. He's going to be running this one solo. And then up above, putting Calculator. They picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down. And Zach is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself because Zextro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well. Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations with Oslo here.
Wow, unreal stuff. Bad Sniper is going to be out of this one. Macwood and Calculator still owning the high high ground on the mid, down below. Dubs and Mega, one of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low, but we got to focus on what's going on above here because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pinch for them. Arkrum just eliminated Vinny on that. Oslo and Arkrum down low, but you're going to have a clash, a 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground, and Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here, wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is they're just trying to see if they're going to run out of builds. The play here certainly has just been defense, defense, defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this firefight, so long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination. Calculator and Macwood, they're holding the high ground, and that's the victory royale. Macwood pops off in game 3. 7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total, plus victory royale. 19 points for that duo. Crushed it.
There was just something about the loadout. Seeing that RPG once they already were holding the best point, the high ground. You just knew pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. What was it, 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Importantly, Dubs and Mega constantly playing that defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure. And then it was the shock, sending them down low, forcing them into that engagement. Credit to Oslo now, who traps instantly. Because he maybe can get a cheeky trap elimination. Didn't work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that one. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and Macwood together were able to push this player with their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game. And look how happy they were there.
So good. Gotta love their reactions right there. Whew.
What a game that was. Had a little bit of a slow ramp up, you know. But that's what Fortnite would do to you. You're just talking, you're having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild. Great game there for Macwood and Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that. Eat your heart out, Reddit.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it. Yeah. But Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top, it's still going to be Saf and Zate with 38 points. They have that victory royale from game 1 and 16 eliminations. Mega, Dubs, second place, looking pretty. No victory royales for them thus far. Saw Zextra and Vinny do the same thing, but it's Calculator and Macwood that jump up to 6th place. They have 22 points total, 12 eliminations in that game. They're finally in that top 10.
I want to take it one step further. Bad Sniper and Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game. And suddenly they're in the running here. It is anyone's game in the top 10 because you have to be consistent. And again, there's always those wild cards, those pop-off moments. And here's a look at page 2. Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
Got Bell and Scarlet, who've been wrestled out of the top 10. The Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage saw their demise earlier on. They're going to have 13 points there, but you saw the standings, and we're in game 3. And these games are going to be so critical. Game 3 and 4 really set that tone. Because once you get into like game 5, a lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's opportunity for you to try and get your way into that top 20, which is where you're really going to start to get a lot in the pricing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in 2nd place, Dubs and Mega, and then Saf and Zate still performing so well.
And that's the crazy part. Dubs and Mega, everyone has been rooting for them. They're like that wild card that came out of nowhere, and they really swept the competitive community hard lately.
That's right. So I did get word. We have Jordan standing by with our winners from game 3. Jordan, take it away.
NA really showing up and showing off today. It's amazing, seemingly tapping at that nail on the coffin. Such a well please pardon the pun, I have to say, calculated game here from Calculator. Guys, well matted, well utilized. You dominated high ground, seemingly all of that in-game there. Walk me through that process of getting that high ground, attaining, and then dominating for the rest of the game.
Well, we were able to pick up 2 lucky eliminations on that outer circle of 4th zone, I think it is, and we were able to use our mats to build up. We were lucky enough to get half and half, and we were able to just beam people out of the air, hold high, and got lucky with a couple zones. Amazing. Well, I mean, again, we have 3 games left to go. The strategy, is it going to continue to shift around a little bit, or are you guys going to maintain what you've done thus far? Thus far, you guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right. Walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Moss.
Calculator gets one opportunity to show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says shoot them in the head. You gotta respect it.
You know, some people, it's just that simple, and hey man, maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little differently. Calculator has clearly got his head on his shoulders, and he's ready to shoot it.
Yeah, but Macwood was the one doing a bulk of the shooting in that last game. 7 eliminations for Macwood. He looked so great, and you would expect the young Calculator to be the one that leads the charge on slaying, but Macwood, man, holding it down. And let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, you know, Macwood, not that much older, right? But I think it's just important to note that you have to have teammates at any point pop off. I mean, that's so necessary. You gotta trust your teammate. That's what makes a lot of these duels so successful.
Yes, I mean, we've seen it from the start of every round. Some teams are just more aggressive than others.
A lot of great moments in that game, and good news for us that we got Sundown standing by to break it all down.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy and Monster. Now, we talked about Safe and Zat. We just got to talk with...
Aviária, acho que enquanto aviária.
Seria.
Forever after today, for those players that are on this event, it's like what you're seeing on your screen right now. Situations they will find themselves in. Right there, Zach, 3 games in, still holding on to first place. Wild stuff. Welcome on Golden Boy alongside with Monster D-Face here, and it's been a great day. I mean, really, there's nothing more that you could possibly say about it.
You speak?
As I mentioned before, the pricing, the money that these guys are battling it out for. This is in first place. Will take $3 million. Second
You speak?
$2.2 million. Like, that's
That's just absurd. You get
Hello.
4 millionaires.
Hello.
4
Where
millionaire
from?
duos before the weekend is
From.
over. Not to mention all the fame and clout that comes
Good,
with it.
good, yeah.
But everyone's a winner here. We're here to
I'm
celebrate
from
all
Italy.
of the competitors that made it this far to the Fortnite World Cup final stage, because those 10 weekends of qualification were not easy.
When you get into 10th place, but folks, let's see who's gonna come out on top.
Enemy, I down. I am down. No. Vabbè. Non avevo armi, boys. Rest me. Please. Tank. Go. No. Sorry, but I am the very good of this game, donc... Come si dice arma? Traduttore... No... Facciamo... No... Inglese... Vediamo un po'...
نگوله خورد باشه لایک و شیر کن لایک و کامنت کن اگه دلتان ورده هم میکنید کن سپاسان لا يا مرحبا لك خوش السلام عليكم ورحمة الله